Ladies and gentlemen, Barry C here with another cryptocurrency video, and XRP is at an amazing entry point right now. We can accumulate it for around $2, $2.50. Now, funnily enough, back in November 2024, a $2 XRP would have been a life-changing price point. But now people look at it and they go, only $2? That's just ridiculous. Well, here's a thing that I think we need to ask ourselves. And for me personally, this is what I consider when I see the market dip the way it's dipping, if the market's not performing the way we want it to, and we're not seeing the type of price that we want for XRP. When I look at the price of where it is right now, I have to think to myself, this is a unique opportunity to accumulate XRP quite cheaply, because the future of XRP means that the price will go up, and it will go up substantially. Because here's the reality of the situation, is that we only know XRP to exist within the parameters of a 4-year cycle. We've only seen XRP perform from the point of view of being a retail crypto investor. So we've seen the Bitcoin halving events, we've seen the post-halving bull runs, we've seen the alt seasons, we've seen the bear markets, and then we go back into the Bitcoin halving events again, and the cycle continues. And so when I look at the price of XRP and I go, well, I can buy one XRP for about $2, $2.50, right? And let's say we look at the remainder of the alt season that is yet to have happened. Let's say we look at the rest of 2025. And let's say we get out of October and November and December are quite parabolic and quite bullish for crypto in general and XRP as well. Let's say we see XRP move in the way we hope it will, and we see it go back to $3 and then $5 and then $10, maybe $15, maybe $20. I mean, that's a possibility. But then let's say we see XRP perform the way it did in 2018, because that's the way the market seems to be replicating. It seems to be playing out the way we saw in 2017 heading into 2018. Well, back then we saw XRP go from less than 1 cent to about 10 cents, then 19 cents, then 50 cents. And then heading into early 2018, it went to $3 and just over $3 a coin. It actually flipped Bitcoin and Ethereum for a short time. And that is really explosive price action from less than 1 cent to over $3. So let's say we take that into consideration as well. Let's say we see similar price action. We'd be going from $2 to $3 to then $100, $300, maybe even $1,000 a coin. That's just following the same volatility that we've seen happen in previous alt seasons. That's not even taking into consideration a utility run. Now, that's not financial advice, but it's definitely something to consider, because we have seen that level of volatility with XRP before. And so I sit here and I think to myself, well, I can accumulate XRP at $2 or $2.50, or I can wait and I can pay $10 or maybe $20 or maybe more. But let's say XRP only reaches $10 to $20 this alt season. Let's take a step back and then consider, okay, well, what about a utility run? Let's leave alt seasons and bull runs and bear markets and Bitcoin halving events aside for now. What about what XRP was designed to do? What about in the next couple of years? We see banks and financial institutions around the world finally get that green light to adopt blockchain technology and cryptocurrencies. And once that happens, banks and financial institutions aren't going to sit there and go, okay, great, we finally are willing to utilize and adopt this new technology. Let's sit back and let's just build our own thing, or let's wait for 9 months or 12 months or maybe more until someone else gives us an opportunity or something that we can utilize. No, they're going to turn to the crypto that they've trialed since 2017 until now, and that crypto is XRP. So in that type of situation where you see banks all around the world and financial institutions all around the world utilizing and adopting XRP, we're talking millions and billions and trillions of dollars flowing directly into and through XRP. That's when we start seeing prices like $100, $1,000, maybe even more, maybe $10,000, maybe $50,000. Not financial advice, of course, but we have to be open to all possibilities. And so once again, I look at this scenario and I go, well, do I want to pay $2 for XRP? Or do I want to pay $1,000? Do I want to pay $10,000? And we've seen this happen and play out before. We saw it happen with Bitcoin back in 2016, heading into 2017, when people were like, Bitcoin's a scam, it's used on the dark web, it's only drug dealers who are on the dark web and blah, blah, blah. Whatever it may be, it was all negative assumptions and connotations. And then we see Bitcoin move rapidly, we see explosive price action, and suddenly it's a viable option. It's got value and people now want it, but it's only after the fact. We saw that happen with the Bitcoin ETFs. We saw that happen with Bitcoin in 2025. It hit new all-time highs, and now people are suddenly like, wow, I'd really like some Bitcoin. The exact same thing happened with Ethereum. It happened with Solana. Look, it even happened with XRP. Back in 2017, when it was less than 1 cent a coin, people were like, I'm not going to touch this. It's a banker's coin. We don't want to be tied to traditional financial options. Crypto's about an alternative. We don't want to follow the norm. We want something different. But then XRP comes along and goes, well, no, we want to be utilized by banks and financial institutions around the world. We want to be the crypto that's utilized in that space. That's why we're going to follow regulations and legislation. We're going to tick all the boxes so that we can actually be adopted and utilized by banks and financial institutions around the world. And it wasn't until XRP went to over $3 a coin that people went, wow, I really need some XRP. And that mindset will never change. And that's exactly what's going to happen when XRP gets to $100 or $1,000 or $10,000 or higher. People are going to suddenly go, wow, what a great project. I could really use one XRP. How much is it? $10,000. Oh, I better start saving. And I know that sounds insane for those of us who have been in XRP or crypto for quite some time, or even just the average retail crypto investor who looks at XRP and they go, oh, $2. What a ridiculous crypto. What they don't realize is we've seen this happen time and time and time again in the crypto space. And we've seen it happen purely within the parameters of 4-year cycles and alt seasons and bear markets and Bitcoin halving events. We have never seen how a cryptocurrency responds to mass adoption and utilization by the financial institutions around the world. It's never happened before. And so all we can do is make our best calculated decisions as to what that would do to a price of a digital asset if we did see that mass adoption, if we did see all that money flowing directly through that digital asset. And the fact that banks have already trialed XRP and they've gone, wow, the cross-border payment technology, the on-demand liquidity, the fact that we're taking our existing financial framework and we're making it more efficient, we're making it more modernized. We're taking that user experience, whether it's at an individual level, whether it's a corporate level, whether it's a business level, whatever the level it is, and you're taking it and you're making it more streamlined. That is what XRP is designed to do, and that is the real world problem it's designed to solve. Because it is a problem. Anybody who's tried to send anything from one continent to another, one country to another, even sometimes one bank to another, we've all experienced banking hours, we've all experienced delays, we've all experienced currency exchange rates, we've experienced handling fees, we've experienced unexpected fees. There's always these little hurdles in place that make the process frustrating. So if you have a cryptocurrency that's designed to remove all those and make it a much more streamlined, user-friendly, easier experience, and not only that though, but allow us to essentially send anything of value that can be tokenized. But let's just say money for now. Send anything financial, money-wise, from point A to point B, almost instantaneously, for a minimal fee, a fraction of a fee, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. No currency exchange rates, no handling fees, just point A to point B, like that. That's a game changer. And so once again, I come back to my point of I look at the crypto that was designed to do that. It's the crypto that's been trialed by banks all around the world. And I can accumulate that below $3 a coin right now. I mean, that is remarkable. And as I said, ladies and gents, this is not financial advice. It's just an important mindset thing that I've cultivated for myself over the years, because I've seen the markets perform like the way it's performing now. And yeah, it's frustrating, it's annoying. It gets to a point where you have holding fatigue, where you just want the market to turn around and skyrocket. And for me, of course, everyone wants to see prices for XRP that far exceed our expectations. But that means that we have to make smart decisions right now, so we don't make rash decisions that could compromise our future positions and our future profits with XRP. Now, as I said, ladies and gents, none of this is financial advice. Now, if you've enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe and share. Let everyone know Barry C, XRP. And if you're curious about the other cryptos I hold outside of XRP, consider becoming a Patreon. Click the link in the description below, head across to my Patreon page, and consider becoming a Barry C VIP. There you'll have access to all the cryptos I hold. You'll have access to all my portfolios, as well as my buy, sell, and take profit signals in real time.